After its end, it's so difficult to watch young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode now. While The Big Bang Theory staged several holiday-themed episodes, its prequel pretty much veered away from doing the same. Oddly, young Sheldon didn't even have a Christmas episode, despite Mary's faith and the family's proximity to Pastor Jeff. Instead, the show focused on the milestones and important dates for the family: Sheldon and Missy's graduation, as well as Georgie and Mandy's wedding. And of course, George's death and subsequent funeral just before The Big Bang Theory prequel wrapped up its 7-season run. Young Sheldon had a few themed episodes. In celebration of Sheldon's love of pop culture, there were Halloween outings. Aside from that, it also had a single Thanksgiving set episode early in its run back in season 2. At that point, the focus of young Sheldon was still on its titular character. That said, there were already hints that the show could shift towards becoming a proper family comedy drama. There might be an urge to rewatch young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode now, considering the holiday. But it's actually difficult to revisit knowing what lies for the Cooper family. What young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode is about: George got a chance of a lifetime. Young Sheldon Season 2, Episode 9, Family Dynamics and a Red Fiero, is the show's only Thanksgiving episode. It aired on November 15, 2018, which was during the final season of The Big Bang Theory. Still, the outing barely had any ties to the nerd-centric sitcom, aside from Jim Parsons' Old Sheldon's narration, which bookended the narrative. Instead, it was focused on the family story in Texas as they celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday. What was supposed to be a fun break for the kids, Sheldon is thrilled with his homework of observing his family's dynamic. Unfortunately, the timing couldn't get worse, as his parents fought over the possibility of moving to Oklahoma. As it turned out, George was offered a better-paying job to coach a special team. Mary was resistant to it, arguing that they had just settled in Medford. Read the official synopsis of Young Sheldon Season 2, Episode 9, Family Dynamics and a Red Fiero below. The rest of the outing revolved around their conflict and eventual resolution. Young Sheldon Season 2, Episode 9's ending was heartwarming at the time of its airing. George ultimately turned down the job offer in Oklahoma despite the pay bump, which made his wife, kids, and even mother-in-law happy. It was the perfect Thanksgiving episode back then, as it highlighted the power of family. Several years and the Young Sheldon final later, it's difficult to sit through it. Young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode highlights George's life struggle. Sheldon's dad made some big sacrifices for his family. Arguably, the biggest hindrance to enjoying Family Dynamics and a Red Fiero is how it highlighted George's struggles in life. Coming into Young Sheldon, the Cooper patriarch had a bad image courtesy of Sheldon and Mary's unflattering stories about him in The Big Bang Theory. They described him as a lazy father who didn't do anything else but drink beer and lounge around. Ultimately, young Sheldon debunked that notion. George was a flawed man, but no one could fault his commitment to his family. The Thanksgiving episode showed how much he had to sacrifice for his wife and 3 kids. Young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode is a reminder that was so close to his dream life when he died. Comparing how Mary and Mima conspired against the move to Oklahoma, and the family's changed stance in Young Sheldon Season 7 when he was once again offered a better job, makes George's death more heart-wrenching. Sheldon's parents had gone through a lot since then, and towards the end of his life, he and his wife's relationship was better than ever. All the kids were also doing well, while Mima was in a stable relationship with Dale. Young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode is a reminder that was so close to his dream life when he died. Young Sheldon's only Thanksgiving episode is a reminder of Professor Sturgis' forgotten role. Sheldon's only mentor never got the credit he deserved. A detail that isn't included in Young Sheldon Season 2, Episode 9 is how it seamlessly incorporated Dr. John Sturgis with the Coopers. Sheldon's first ever mentor was introduced in the same year and subsequently started a love affair with Mima. Having those connections, the family naturally invited Dr. Sturgis to Thanksgiving dinner. While the meal didn't exactly pan out peacefully, his presence helped immensely as both a comedic reprieve and an emotional outlet for the struggling Sheldon. Sadly, the character's importance in young Sheldon waned towards the end of its run, and it's unclear why.